I have 42% battery left on my phone. So we're going to see if I can talk you through all this and do all the things, clean it, and put on the first coat of paint before my phone actually dies. Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah P. And today we are going to go through start to finish how to paint a piece of furniture. I know we all have those projects kind of laying around our house or our garage where we're like, oh, that just needs a quick coat of paint. Yet somehow it's been weeks, months, maybe even years since we've actually tackled the project. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to complete that project, because I know that's a lot of the hindrance behind why we haven't done these projects, is because we're not really sure exactly what we need or how to go about it. So this is the video for that. All right, so we're gonna flip the piece of furniture behind me. It is technically a filing cabinet. It has like the two big drawers. And I just need more storage in my house. Like there's just so many, the things that just don't have homes. This is gonna be the home for all those things. It's in really good shape. This is the type of project where you can go to a thrift store, buy a piece of furniture that's in really good condition. It just needs like a refresh. So there's no hard repairs. I don't have to repair any drawers, any like holes or like gouges out of the piece. It's really just cleaning it up and either refreshing it with paint, or if you had a piece that had like natural wood underneath, stripping the paint and then bringing it back to life with a little bit of sanding and restaining. Right, this is said piece. As you can tell, it's just a little banged up. Definitely needs a new paint job. So yeah, but it's actually got some nice new hardware. Someone updated that. And yeah, you can tell like the drawers are really clean. So this is like the old filing cabinet system. And they both open and close fine. So that is great. No repairs there. And yeah, just need some new paint and a clean. Got my handy dandy garden weights because it's so windy out today. So all right, we're gonna get started with cleaning it. Got some fans. What do you guys think? Okay, so to do a piece like this, that's pretty cut and dry, easy peasy. You're just gonna need something to clean it with. So I've got some rags. I just use like old dish rags. You can use paper towels, whatever. And this is actually a Simple Green bottle, which I recommend the product. It's great. Just remember, it comes in a concentrate. So you always want to read the back and dilute it. Usually I do a 3-to-1 dilution with Simple Green. So 1 part Simple Green to 3 parts water. But what's in here, I just reused the bottle, is half vinegar, half water. So both are fine. I just ran out of Simple Green, but I had vinegar, so that's what we're using. And basically, you just want to use something that's going to remove like any dirt or debris. But also, what's really great about vinegar and Simple Green is those are degreasers. So like any oils, like if someone was using Pine Sol to clean a product, or just the oils from people's hands and stuff, you want to make sure you're cleaning your piece of those oils, because it's going to make the paint harder. It's going to make it harder for the paint to adhere to it. And then that leads to like paint peeling. Then to paint, I have 2 brushes. I'm a huge fan of zebra brushes. In the beginning, I would try and buy like the cheapest brushes possible. And I'm telling you, you're not doing yourself any favors by buying the cheaper brushes, because just pay, even if it's like double. Like if a paintbrush is like $6 versus $12, buy the $12 paintbrush. Like you don't have to buy like a 25 or even like, $50 paintbrush, but buy something in like the 10 to like $15, $16 range. You're gonna save yourself so many headaches. Your precision is so much better. It moves the product so much better. So yeah, so I have 2 paintbrushes. If you just have like a regular flat one, that's fine, or an angle is what I'm using. And then this is like a round brush. This is a very versatile brush, but that's a whole nother tangent I can get into. So yeah, but you really just need one brush for this. And then the other thing you're gonna need is your paint. So I wanted to just use up some leftover paint from my arsenal. So I've just poured it into a cup and we're gonna use that. So that's it. And again, because this piece is in pretty good condition, I don't even think I'm gonna sand it. It also has a great adhesion already because of the paint underneath it. Or the paint that's sitting on it right now, I can just tell this paint is gonna stick to it. It's almost like that feels almost like a primer would. I think it's just like a matte finish. So yeah, I'm not worried about paint adhesion. Also, it's just like a piece for my house that I'm just looking to collect things. So I'm not going like crazy with it. But if you did want to sand a piece, I just have this like leftover block. A lot of times I'll buy a couple blocks, but then these wear out really fast. So instead of spending all your money on buying new blocks, I'll buy 1 or 2 blocks and then the sheets of sandpaper, and then I'll just kind of like wrap them around and then just use this for just like ergonomics, like it's just easier to hold this than like a sheet of paper. So that's a little tip. But right now I'm just going to do a light sand on the top and then nothing else. Oh, I forgot to take the hardware off. Let me go do that. If you're enjoying this video so far and it's helpful, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow and to get out to more viewers like you. Okay, I didn't account for this taking the hardware out. Now I feel like I'm really racing against the clock here. Also because I don't have, oh no, that was a lot easier. Our power tools are elsewhere, so I'm doing this manually. What is this? Come on. Oh, okay. Didn't expect that. Feels like it's like glued. Holy guacamole. Let me try the other ones. Also, if you're thinking like, oh my God, when it's all out, how are you going to open it? You can always do that. So, pro tip. Learn that in a state of panic. And I'm just leaving the screws back in the drawer so I can find it all. This is definitely throwing me though. Oh, okay, nice. Nice. I'm just gonna have to give this one a little. Yeah. Okay. And normally, if I was changing out the hardware, like to something different, I would definitely be sanding that, depending on if that was going to get covered up or not. But I will not be changing the hardware. So this weather cannot figure itself out. Okay, back to cleaning. I'm really curious what my phone battery is at now. But we shall see. Also, cleaning is such a good way for you to really inspect your piece because you might look at it initially and be like, oh, it's in good shape. It's got this and this, and I don't need to do this. And then as you're cleaning it, that's when you find like, it's actually a little bit more beat up than I thought. And that's exactly what's happening right now. But I am on a mission. I don't know though. Now I'm second guessing because the prep work is really, that's, everything's in the prep work when it comes to painting because that's what's going to make sure you have like a really smooth, clean look. But that's not really what I'm going for. Like, I definitely have a little bit more like rustic casual vibes in my home, not like super sleek, super modern. So I think I'm just going for it. But there's a difference between like, you know, rustic and just like beat up or just like a bad paint job. So that's kind of what's going through my mind right now. Final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Okay, that side, that side. All right, I'm doing this side and the back. I think I am gonna, is that cheating if I pause? You get it. You know what I'm doing. I'm cleaning the other side and the back. So while my phone did not die, my microphone did. So the next bit of clips is me painting the piece, and there's no volume on it because my microphone died and I didn't realize it. So I'm just going to walk you through now on my process of that. So I always start in the back of a piece when painting because I feel like it gives you, or if you're not painting the back, either start on like one of the sides or yeah, just start on the sides. You don't want to start in like the front or the top just because you want to get into sort of a rhythm with the paint, your brush or your tools. And that way, once you get into that rhythm, once you hit the top and the face that most people will see, you'll be at your like peak performance by then. Yeah, I always start kind of either in the back or on the side. This piece, I did paint the back. Normally, I don't ever paint the back unless it looked like the piece here, which was like you could totally paint that. And I'm actually really glad I did because I think this paint was sitting around for a long time in my basement. And I don't know if it was like sealed properly. So I don't know, something was just off about the paint. It was drying like really quickly and I felt like I was kind of like pulling the paint. So again, a reason why I just start in an area and kind of get used to your product and your tools. Whenever I paint a piece, and you could use a roller, like a foam roller for this project, totally. I just didn't want to get that out and like clean it. So I just use a hand brush. There's also something very like methodical or meditational when you're using a hand brush. So that's why I just wanted to like have a little bit of like peaceful time. So I use just a hand brush for this project. Always work in sections. So you always want to get the paint on and kind of work like top to bottom, left to right. So you get the paint on like a little chunk, and then I go over just very lightly and just smooth out the top row, the second row, the third row, and then I'll get more paint on the next row. So that's just kind of like how I work but you don't want to overwork when using a hand brush, because as the paint starts to dry, you don't want to go back and like pull like half dry paint. So that was also an issue I was having, is it was like the darkest, dreariest, cloudy day when I started this project, and then it became so sunny. And so you don't ever want to paint in direct sunlight like I was doing, because it will make the paint start to dry faster. So I also was working against that as well. Here I did not pull out the drawers. So if I had like a dresser or a nightstand, I would absolutely pull out the drawers. It makes it so much easier. But with this, because it was a filing cabinet, the mechanism, it takes a little bit more. I honestly didn't even look into it, because I was just like, I'm just gonna leave the drawers in. So who knows? It might have been pretty easy to take them out, but I just did not spend even 1 second on it. So I just kept the drawers in, and then I can't tell if you can kind of see it in here, but I like propped them so that they wouldn't um, close shut. I was having a couple of difficulties with that, but it was good enough. So I just painted them with the drawers propped open. Okay, and here is where I had to pull my own emergency wind advisory because the winds became so crazy. So I was unable to film. You saw my tripod just like fall. So it wasn't able to hold up by itself with the wind. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to film the rest of it. I got through my first coat of paint, which I will say, so this paint had a primer in it, and I didn't need to do a top coat because I'm not reselling this piece. I'm not afraid it's going to get like super beat up and nicked, and it's not in like a really high traffic area. So I wasn't worried about putting on a top coat. And I normally always do 2 coats of paint, but with this, because it's so funny, I was basically painting it the same color it was, which I didn't plan for that, but that's just how it worked out. And so I was kind of able to get away with just 1 coat of paint. And I don't know, there's also a lot of things that if it's just like a project for you in your house, you could get away with 1 coat of paint if it has like a primer in it, or it's just like a really dark color, or the colors are just like very similar. So yeah, I'm going with this 1 coat. I think it looks great. All right, so this is the final product. It truly doesn't look that much different from the beginning, just because it's the same kind of paint color, but it doesn't look beat up anymore. So that's good. You see that? That stuff, that's all gonna go in here, and I'm so happy about it. So yeah, the drawers, got some little baskets, some Halloween candy, and I haven't done anything in the top yet, but yeah, decorate the top a little bit. So I'm happy. Overall, I was able to film all this, inform you on how to do this, and clean and paint the piece myself. And I was done in before time. I think I had like 14% battery left on my phone. Even with multiple hiccups, we got the project done, and still really only less than 2 hours start to finish. So I hope this inspires you to finally tackle that project that's just been hanging around your house, because I know being able to check off something in your mental to-do list feels so freeing. And so yeah, this has been something I'm like, oh, I gotta do that. And it took me less than 2 hours to do, start to finish, and just so happy it's done. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. It really helps to motivate me to keep making these videos if I know I'm helping other people. So, all right, thanks. Take care.